but to everyone. Well, the one right now. Two. All right, there we go. Let's see if Pooh can jump on. See if I got him. What up, Pooh?
What up, man?
Was trying to slide you out, man. Sorry about that, dog.
No, it's good. It's good. I just got carried away with time. I was hanging out with my son. He came out here from Arizona.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
yeah, I was just hanging out with him for a sec. We got the same kind of car, so we was just taking some pictures. You know what I'm saying?
As you should do.
Yeah.
I just want to, start introducing. Everybody's jumping on, see the numbers going up. So, this is my boy Pooh right here. We call him Pooh the Titus Barber out of LA. And, this is that talk your barber shit. I appreciate my boy jumping on. He's the one, honestly, that helped me get into the game and learning how to start my way into the barber industry. He's been giving me a lot of knowledge, and I just want to say I appreciate you, dog, for that. That means a
Oh,
lot to
no doubt. No
me. Like,
doubt. Anytime, man. Anytime.
you straight had open arms, like whatever questions I had, you was there. So I want to say from day one, like you've been that dude for me. So I
Oh,
appreciate it.
oh, for sure. I appreciate you taking constructive criticism. Niggas
Yeah,
get mad when a nigga tell them his cuts ain't right. But you sucked it up, and you're getting better and better, man. I love
yeah.
your hustle. I love your hustle.
I mean, I told you from the day we met until you introduced me to boys at the shop. Like, I'm not a knucklehead. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to keep striving and whatever I can do in this business to help, like the way you help me, help someone else. I want to learn as much as I can. So I don't
Yeah,
want to go in there acting like I know, because at the end of the day, nobody knows nothing until you're taught, and you
right.
can keep pushing forward. But if you have someone that can guide you and give you criticism, or you whatever, like, to but it's coming from the heart. Like, you can't be close minded to that and be like, oh, that person's a hater. He don't I'm not like that.
Right.
So
Nah, you don't too many people get anywhere, having that type of attitude, man.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I be feeling like, I be wanting to give back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got cousins and nephews and brothers, and none of them niggas want to cut hair, man. Not even my sons, man. They cool on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I
So, I got to give it to whoever want it, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
It's knowledge. Knowledge is key. So, if you're willing to take that knowledge and grow with it, you don't know how far it can take you, especially
yeah,
in life.
yeah.
So, I'm gonna do my part as far as, like, sending out my questions or whatever, but I definitely just want to let you know that this platform is for you. So I want you to, give as much knowledge as you can, because I see a lot of people jumping in, and I've been getting a lot of questions for you as far as like cuts and stuff like that. So, like I
Right,
said, talk your barber shit is for the people. So you the people, I want you to talk. So
right.
I want you to, tell me like a little bit about your history. What made you get into barbering? Like, what drive you in this direction to say, hey, I want to be a barber, and eventually I want to give back, like you said, to those that's following my same path.
Okay. Well, I'll start off by saying, man, I started actually cutting hair when I was in about the ninth grade, and I used to live around the corner from a barber shop. It was a barber shop on 92nd and Western, you know, and I used to go up there, sometime on the weekend and sweep up hair, just to try to make a little change, so I get some, some chips and some punch or something,
Yeah,
No, but I used to just really soak up a lot of game from those barbers. They was the OG barbers, smoking cigarettes while they was cutting, that type of shit.
yeah,
And but I never really wanted to be a barber though, I just knew it was a cool way to get a little bit of change. So I would go up there, but I never really wanted to be a barber, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a baseball player, you feel me?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so man, I did that for a little while, but I dug the swag of the barbers though, and then it was all OG niggas, just like you saw 'em Coming to America, all older niggas in there talking shit, big old stomachs, and they had this one lady in there, and she could really hold her weight with the dudes though. You know what I'm saying? Like her name was Lena, man, and she was a pretty older lady, man. She could cut and she could talk shit with them niggas in there, man, and hold her own. But that whole little barbershop vibe was a good vibe. And it was like being in there with all my grandparents because everybody in there was old, but I was a young dude in there. But to me, it was so entertaining.
Yeah.
But what really put the clippers in my hand was my mom, man. My mom used to do hair, and she kind of felt like she could cut hair too, but she really couldn't cut hair. You know what I'm saying? But so she was cutting my hair
Yeah.
because we moved out to the valley, and I used to get my hair cut, damn near pretty much every week at the barbershop around the corner. Walk around there, get a cut, walk back home, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
We got to the valley, and mom's was on some line. I ain't finna be driving to LA every week for no haircut. I'll cut your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the Fallbrook Mall, got a pair of clippers, and it was all bad, It was all bad. That's why I wear hats all the time because I'm so used to wearing hats because I stayed with a bad haircut. So eventually it got to the point where I was like, man, I'm finna try to do this myself. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Yeah.
And hey, I got better at it. I got better at it. And I figured out how to adjust my tools. I was doing everything with one clipper, bro. That Oster, no, was it that Wall black and white clipper?
Okay. Okay.
I did everything with that. I lined you up with that. I cut you with that. I faded you with that and everything. It used to get so hot. I used to cut with an oven mitt on. And man, I just started doing that to myself, and then I started going to school with these lines and these haircuts, and players was like, man, who cutting your hair? Where you getting
Yeah.
your hair cut at? And I'm like, I'm doing it myself. And they're like, nah, you ain't doing that yourself. And I'm like, nah, for real, I'm cutting it at the house myself.
Yeah.
And then I hadn't cut nobody else's hair but myself.
Uh-huh.
And I ended up cutting one of my homeboys' hair, man. And I, I don't know why I couldn't just do what I did to myself to him because it
Correct.
didn't go out. It didn't come out that way. It was all bad.
Yeah.
And my boy went to school and told everybody I fucked him up on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And then the nigga was at lunch like, look at my haircut, look at his haircut. Do they
Yeah.
look alike? They don't look alike. That nigga fucked me up on purpose, but he was the first person that I had ever cut.
Okay.
So somehow I didn't know how to transition, what I was doing to myself to the next hit. But I stayed with it, man. And all through high school, I kept cutting. All through college, I went to college. I kept cutting.
Yeah. Let them know.
And,
Let them
and
know.
I just stayed with it, man. And then my first time, actually, I met this guy named Tyrone. He goes by the name of World Famous. And one of my boys, his name is Cedric. He do the lowrider videos, said TV, and he said, "Man, I know a dude opening up a barbershop because he would drive by his shop on Crenshaw and would see him in there painting and putting things together and stuff." So he said, "Man, I'm gonna pick you up and I'm gonna take you up there one night. Maybe we can holler at him." And so we went up there one night and hollered at him, and he was in there putting stations in, and he said, "Can you cut?" And my boy was with me, and I had cut his hair. And
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." I said, "This is my boy. He, I cut his." And he's like, "Yeah, you pretty decent. You pretty cool." I said, "Can I work here?" And he was like, "You got barber license?" And I was like, "What's that?" You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Nah, you got to go to school, and you got to get you got to take the test and get a barber license." I was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, what about can I cut right now?" And he was like, "Well, this is what you need to do. Go get you 1,000 business cards and put your name and phone number on there, and go pass the whole 1,000 out, and then come back and holler at me."
Uh-huh.
And I said, "All right, cool." I'm 19 years old. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
And I said, "All right, cool." So I mean, I ain't trying to say I'm a liar or nothing, but I passed out about 600. 1,000 cards, man, take a nigga a month to pass them out, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I passed out about 600. I want to get in the shop. I want to start making some money. So I
Correct.
passed out about 600 cards, man. And I went back up in there and I said, "Man, I passed out the whole 1,000, man." And he was like, all right, well, let's see what you can do. Come back tomorrow morning, right? So he saw my clippers and stuff. He was like, yeah, that's cool, but you're gonna need to upgrade your clippers. And I was like, all right, cool. So make a long story short, he started letting me cut in his shop with no license. That's where I got my start at. That nigga was like, if the state board ever come in here, just leave, just walk out.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they never came. And my first customer in his shop was an older lady, and back in the day they was wearing like this a little Nita Baker cut, where it
Uh,
was where it was curly up here and smooth on the sides, and she was like, I just want to get a little taper on the back of my neck. And I said, all right, this is my first customer in the barbershop. I'm nervous as fuck, right? Especially because it's a lady. I never cut a lady before, right? So she said, yeah, just give me a little taper on my neck and just lay this down a little bit so I got to get ready to go to church tomorrow. I was like, all right, cool. In my mind, I'm like, what the fuck is a taper? I don't know what no taper is.
yeah.
But instead of asking somebody, I'm in the shop. I'm not trying to look like no Mark. I'm like, nigga, I got this. And I gave her like a high boy in the back. You know what I'm saying? I just took it like a one and a half, all
Yeah.
one length.
Yeah.
And it was high, and I squared her off. Gave her like a straight man square in the back.
Yeah.
Man, that church lady cussed me out something awful. She was just on some like, if you didn't know what the fuck you was doing, why did you let me sit in your chair? Oh man, I felt like shit. I was like, maybe this barber shit is not for me, man. I felt like shit, bro. I said, oh, I fucked this church lady up. I got the church lady in the barbershop cursing.
Oh,
And my boy come over there and look at it. He said, man, what did she ask you for? I said, she wanted to get a taper. He said, man, this ain't no fucking taper. Then he showed me a picture on the board. He said, that's a taper. She wanted a little fade at the bottom.
yeah.
I said, my bad. And the first thing I said to him was, am I fired? And I still work here though. But other than that, man, that dude Tyrone, man, he's my boy, man. That nigga, he cutting hair to this day, and he
Now
was
that's
the
the
dude that actually put me in the game. You know what I'm saying? And once I got my first hair, I was charging $10 for a haircut, and this dude came in and got a haircut, and he gave me $20, and I went to go give him his change, and the nigga was like, "Nah, bro, that's all you."
yeah.
I was like, "Ooh."
That moment. Yeah.
That's when it clicked. It was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm fucking with this haircut shit." Yeah, this shit don't involve no jail, no guns or nothing, nigga. This is cool because I like doing this shit, and now I'm gonna get paid. Oh yeah, it was a wrap, man. Here we are, what, like 30 years later, nigga still cutting hair.
Let's talk about the school. Um, how do you feel about the school system as far as with barbering? Do you feel like you get a lot out of it? Do you feel like it's a lot that they need to change about? I know it's been a while since you've been, but for like some of the people that you like see coming into the shop trying to work at the shop, do you feel like from seeing their transition from leaving the school to coming in and working at the barber, do you feel like the school actually gives you the knowledge that you need or prepare, or you feel like you will never be prepared until you actually start working at a shop?
Well, I feel like, put it this way, when I was in school, basically, if you didn't really ask no questions, you ain't finna learn nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, they gonna tell you what's in the book or whatever, and say they gonna do the least amount of work as possible. Now, I'm not speaking on how school is ran to this day, but I went to school, like, I actually got my barber license like maybe 10 years ago. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? I cut hair for so long with no barber license, and then when I finally got my shit, it was just on some like, well, I already knew it. I already knew pretty much all the shit, but I
Uh-huh.
needed to know the shit to pass my test. And
Correct.
if I didn't ask the questions that I asked, I probably wouldn't have got the knowledge that I got. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's like you gotta you gotta really be in there like you want to learn some shit, not just I want to learn the basics so I could just start working in the shop. I think if a teacher see you more interested in the craft than what he's putting out, maybe he'll meet you in the middle and give you those answers that you're looking for, you know?
Yeah. No, that's dope. That's because like I said, me coming from that area, like being a student, and now like transitioning to this day and age of being a barber. Because I still have that old school vibe, like you said, when you started working or being around the barber shops and being around the elders, and like I still have like I come in there and I being around my peoples. Even when I come to y'all shop, I still want to pick up the broom and sweep for y'all and all that stuff like that. Like I feel like I still have that old vibe of like what the barbershop meant to me, and also like the experience, the brotherhood and stuff like that. Do you feel like now, as far as how COVID hit and how everybody's transitioning, where they don't want to be at the barbershop no more, they just want to get like their own spot? And do you feel like how do you feel about the setup now, as far as the direction that the barber vibe and setup is going right now? Do you feel like you should try to be in the barber shop before you try to like venture and do stuff on your own? Like, how do you feel about it?
I the COVID thing, man, it's just, I mean, I'm just glad I'm fortunate enough to be working with some real barbers. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of niggas that got clippers and shit, but they not, in my opinion, they not real barbers. Like a real barber, he don't do nothing but cut hair, man. You know what I'm saying? He do anything around barbering to get his bread. So far as on the COVID shit, it's just it's ripped a lot of barbershops apart, man. Because a lot of barbers just feel like they discovered the wheel, and they cutting hair out their house, and they like, man, I should have been doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I should have been cutting hair in my house. This is bomb. This is tight. Yeah, but it's tight until a nigga tie you up, nigga, and take all your bread. Or until a nigga come in there and try to rape you or something. You know what I mean? That's your house, my nigga. That's where you live at.
yeah,
That's where you live at. So you're always there, and niggas know it. You don't
yeah,
know who coming to your house. I mean, you might know your personal clientele, but you might get referred a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga might be on some bullshit. So now this nigga that robbed you, and now you gotta move or you gotta cannon up or whatever. To me, it's just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? I would have been cutting there at my house. I got a barber chair in my house. I got a studio set up in my house. But I only let niggas know, I only let niggas that come to my house that got that right ticket, and I know where they live. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with them. Them is the only niggas that come to my personal house. You know what I'm saying? And if you on the live and you feel offended, we cool, but I don't know you like that. To meet me at the shop. You know what I'm saying? It's all gravy. But so far as that COVID, man, that kind of ripped a lot, man. We had a nice shop going before the COVID. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what's really going on in other people's shops, man, but the brotherhood of barbering, I mean, to me, it's always going to be good, you know?
yeah,
I always embrace barbers, no matter what type of barber they are. If you cut hair and you make money at it, and you know what I'm saying, you part of this big barber family. I don't really be hating on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
talk a lot of shit on the gram, but because I be hating on all the niggas that enhance. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be on there like they the greatest barber ever, but let me just hit your motherfucking client with the alcohol spray or something, and just wipe him with a towel, and then let's look at your cut.
shit,
You know
Pooh.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But fuck it though. Barbers, man. Barbers is a shit, bro. I love being a barber, man, because it ain't always all about the money, but you can have somebody sitting in your chair that's in a shitty mood, man. You could change that shit. That's power to me, bro. That's real power to me, man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I be in a bad mood and niggas come to the shop and make me feel better. You know what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
That's what it's really all about. But yeah,
I
you
mean,
want to be the best.
I came to the shop plenty of times just to come be kicking and hear you guys talk shit. And once I leave out here, my whole vibe and my whole mental is different because I was around y'all, y'all laughing, y'all cracking jokes, y'all having fun. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the barber spot always been like that, where you can go in there, you can be political, you can talk about sports, you can talk about life, you can talk about relationships, and it was never nobody judging you. Like
Yeah,
that, yeah, that's what I loved about the barber shop.
yeah. That
And I,
shit is dope, man. It's
yeah,
dope. It's coming back though. Seem like shit is getting back close to normal. You
yeah,
know, shit's about to start opening up. You know.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about how you found your passion within being a barber, start childhood experience through high school, through yeah. So your mom, she was a stylist as well. She was in like okay, that's dope. I never knew that. Like
Yeah, she went to beauty school, did
okay,
hair for a little while.
yeah.
You know.
So we also talked about your first moment where you thought, okay, what if did I make the right choice? So that your first if when you cut that lady's hair and you messed up in that first cut? Like, was that your one if moment? Like, is this really what I want to do?
Uh, I had a mishap where my whole kit got stole.
Okay.
My whole barber kit got stole. Like, what was that? That was probably like maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Hmm.
And man, barbers. I mean, come on, man. Our clippers and our scissors and all that shit, man. Them is our babies, bro. And sometimes a certain blade, man. If I had blades, nigga, that was like over 3 4 years old that hadn't been sharpened. I mean, they was just honed in, just so perfect where I could just hit nigga. Like my thing is, I don't really use the razor unless a nigga request it. You know what I'm saying? And if you go look on my shit, I hashtag no razor, no dye. I'm keeping it 100. You can come to my shop and watch me cut, nigga. I do not pull out the razor,
Hmm.
and my shit be clean. But that particular kit, man, it got stole from me, bro, and I really was about to retire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When my girl was, I was just that hurt. You know, I left my clippers in the car, went to a concert to do some haircuts, took my shit to the car. So I'm like, after the show, I want to just go home. I don't want to have to go backstage and none of that shit. And my shit got broke into at the concert, and they stole my clippers. And I was just on some like, man, I can't build another kit like that. It's
Yeah.
gonna take too long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That at that moment, I was ready to quit. And then my girl was like, "What else you gonna do?"
Hmm.
And I thought about it. I'm like, "Yeah, what the fuck else am I gonna do?"
Yeah.
So I just started rebuilding the kit. This kit is cool, but it ain't like how that kit was.
So, okay, jumping from that segment to this one. So we was just talking about the COVID. You say you had to rebuild when they stole all your merchandise, your items that you felt like, hey, that was a part of me. Like you stole almost a part of my life.
Yeah, big part.
COVID, like how it tried to like break, the barbers. Like they didn't really it focused on a lot of other things, but it really like went hard on salons and barbers. Like how did you feel about that? Like that moment?
Man, I just felt like it was like a witch hunt for barbers. I
Yeah.
just felt like, man, they really trying to wipe us out, bro. Like we had just opened our salon, our barbershop in 2019. So we didn't qualify for no loans or nothing. And our landlord really wasn't trying to hear that shit. He wanted his bread because he was on some like, I gotta pay people too, and they don't want to hear that shit. So I don't want to hear it either. But man, it just seemed like it was a personal vendetta against the barbers and the stylists and the nail techs. And we really wasn't, they wasn't really giving us no fucking results that we was putting COVID out there. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
just felt like they was really trying to break us down, man. You know, I didn't get that shit. I didn't get how Home Depot and Target, that shit never closed. They
Yeah.
never talk about how many people walked out of Target with COVID.
Yeah. The
But
real
yeah,
shit.
I feel like the government didn't really have our backs, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad all you guys was able to make it work. You guys back in there pushing.
yeah, yeah, pushing it, man.
Yeah. Let me ask you this.
Mm.
Uh, I know what you did for me as a young fella. What advice would you give another person that's watching this or soon to be watching this once we air it all over? What advice would you give a young woman? Because there's a lot of women that's coming into this barber game and a young fella to find the right path to be a great barber. What advice would you give them, like tactics or information? That,
Uh, my advice from them. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm a self-taught barber, but I learned so much other shit from other barbers.
Uh,
Don't be afraid to ask a barber how you do that. What type of clipper is that? What you just do, because that's how you learn, and you really learn through repetition. I've been cutting hair over 30 years, and I'm still learning. Like I'm still learning shit every day, man. You know what I mean? I'm learning different blades, and it's just the whole spectrum of shit. You know what I'm saying? And strive to be the best. You know what I mean? And really, it's like, what can you do that sets you aside from the next barber?
correct.
It's like this, man. Whoever got the best dope gonna win. Dope being your haircuts. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
Whoever got the best dope, they gonna win, man. Their chair gonna stay packed. You know what I mean? And I mean, I don't got the best customer service. You know what I'm saying? But strive to have good customer service, because some people
No, you
really,
got.
they really be on their time schedule. Me personally, my niggas know, don't fuck with me, nigga. If you gotta be somewhere on Saturday with a fresh haircut, get your
Yeah.
shit cut on Friday.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't give a fuck about your time, because I'm there all day and all night. 13, 14, 15, 16 hours. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if you want to cut for Pooh to Titus, just have some patience with your nigga. Because I don't rush nobody haircut.
Straight facts, man. Straight
That's
facts.
my name on the haircut. You know what I'm saying? Oh, who fucked you up? Oh, this nigga named Pooh to Titus. I don't want that in the nigga's mouth. You know what I mean? Let me take my time and do my shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, man. Niggas be tripping on barbers, man. I done been in. Okay, look, I done been in 12 fights, 12 head up fist fights. My record is 12-9. No. I got that wrong. I've been in 21 fights. What, 12
Yeah.
plus 9 is 21, right?
Yeah.
I'm 12-9 all time. 10 of them wins came in the barbershop against clients. Because niggas want to disrespect and trip over a fucking haircut.
Uh,
I had a nigga tell me he was going to kill me when he saw me on the street because I skipped over him. Because the nigga didn't come back when I told him to. And I moved on to the next client. I'm going to kill your ass when I see you. Over a haircut, my nigga? God damn. I know I cut decent, but fuck, nigga. Come on, player.
hey, I
Darcy,
could.
you doing your shit, man. I want
I
to just, you know what I'm saying? I just want to really, like, you know what I'm saying? Your social media game is on point. Your clothes is on point. You getting out there. I wish I would have just started doing the shit that you doing right now. Maybe I'll be further, but something about the social media shit, I just be like, man, I just want to cut hair, man. I don't want to do all that. I'm lazy. I just want to cut.
like you told me, this is brotherhood, so I got you, man. We doing this together, man. This ain't
Yeah,
no.
for sure.
Yeah. Like this platform is for my people, for them to talk and they want to talk about off their chest. Not even a negative way, just in a spiritual way. Sharing knowledge to people right now that might be asking these same questions in their head and wonder how can they move forward. So every information that we do together or how we put stuff together, this is what it's about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Info, man. Info.
I want
Info.
to ask you. Well, I got a question that somebody wanted to ask you, so I'm gonna get to that question.
All right.
So ask me to ask you. They're sliced the wavy. What are the easy ways to knock out a guideline?
What's the easy ways to knock out a guideline?
Mm,
Okay, see, that's a tricky question for me. You know why? Because I don't use guidelines.
okay.
I've always had a problem with taking that guideline out. So me, I develop a system to where I can kind of see the haircut before I do it. I don't even make the guideline. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But I guess the best way is the edger upside down, just trying to chip away at it. But if you made your guideline with that edger like, like that shit ain't coming out. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? If you made that with that edger, that's the only thing that's gonna take it out is that edger.
Correct.
What you think?
I've been watching you, so I've been trying to learn the same process. Like stop trying to use because when I was in school, that was the first thing they taught us that you always you got to put that line in and then move up and start gradually open up your blade so you can create the other line and then out by flicking it out and stuff like that. But when I start coming up to the shop and watching you and how you start processing and putting your work together, I've been taking notes. So
Yeah, I use all of this shit, eyebrows, ears. That's my.
yeah,
I know that fade is up in here. Watch this ear and this corner, these eyebrows and shit, and match it up.
yeah,
That
and
guideline is a motherfucker. Cause
like you
hey,
said
I keep it
earlier,
100.
your
Nigga,
process. It's like like you told me, it's a painting canvas. So you want to make sure you got your brush and you doing it. So I always love the way how you go into the cut and then you come with your comb and go. Everything is a smooth process. So I'm stealing a little bit.
that's right. That's right. That's all I do. Shit. Well, one thing is good about our shop, man. We got all family men up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And everybody tight. So don't nobody want to have nothing bad walk out the door because we'll holler at you afterwards. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? And
yeah,
and a nigga, I'm not the best barber in my shop. I can't say that. And sometimes motherfuckers will hit the door and be like, "Man, who the best barber in here?" We don't say nothing. We'll be like, "Man, don't come at us like that, my nigga."
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want a haircut or not, nigga? This the players' lounge. We don't do shit like that, bro.
Hey, let them know. Say that again.
It's the players' lounge, nigga. We do player shit. That's why it's only good for players to come in.
Yeah,
Anybody come to our shop and get offended and walk out and be mad and shit, you're not a player anyway, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? We only want to fuck with the player niggas. Player niggas is positive. Player niggas try to do good shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't be hating on one another. We got the coldest crew in Cali. I'll back that up.
hey,
You know
say it
what
again.
I mean?
I hear you. Say it again.
We got the coldest barber crew in Cali.
Yeah.
My nigga D Green, my nigga Sweets, my nigga Melion, Melrose Melly, and my nigga LeVar, my nigga LeVarion. Nigga, we cold. We cold. For real, for real.
Yeah. I just want to say, man, appreciate you, appreciate you. Thank you for jumping on with me. Before
Yeah.
I always like to end my segment and my conversations with this. What is your what law? How do you process law of attraction in your everyday business?
You said, how do I protest? Wait, say it again.
How do you use law of attraction in your everyday business?
See, I mean, look, man, I'm a real nigga out here. I mean,
Uh-huh.
law of attraction in my everyday business. First of all, you gotta tell me what law of attraction is. You know what I'm saying? I went to college, but I didn't go in the classrooms. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
law of attraction is
Count
basically
money and fade.
law of attraction is basically the foundation of how you process your everyday way, the way you wake up, the way that you look at life, how you want to process it, how you want to move forward, having that positive energy and seeing yourself like you said with your barbering. How do you want to tackle it? How you want to move forward each day? How you want to better yourself, and how you want to like you said, make money. How you want to generate more income for you and your household. So law of attraction.
Well, shit, man. I know what I need to do. It's just a point of getting off my ass and doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. I need to stop saying this, but I'm a lazy dude, bro. Like for real, man. I just want to play video games, fuck with my kids, and cut hair. Like that's life, nigga. That's great for me.
And
You know
that
what I'm saying?
law of
But
attraction.
I know what I need to do. I need to get some merch going. I see you got your oils and shit going. I need to do all that side shit. And I applaud everybody that's doing that shit. I'm gonna be the one that purchased the shit from y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's nothing that's driving me to actually do that because maybe I don't really see that I can make money doing it. I don't know. Maybe it's some self issues. I know that for sure. It's some self issues, but man, other than that, I go about my day. I wake up, I look at my schedule and be like, okay, I need to get ready for this nigga today because this nigga be complaining. I need to get ready for this haircut because it might take me 2 hours, depending on what he want or how much he want off the top. You know what I'm saying? So I just go through my schedule like that. So when somebody hit the door that ain't got an appointment, it fucks me up because I'm like, hey, you just came to visit? Because I didn't see you on the guest list today. You know what I'm saying? I know I cut your hair, but not today.
Well, I'm gonna let you go, Pooh. This was dope. This is not the last time we gonna do this. You know, we gonna plan some more. We gonna talk some more of that barber shit. But I thank you for jumping aboard. This was my first IG, and I thank you for jumping on and sharing your journey with me.
For
And
sure.
said, play lounge. You know, where real players play. So
Yeah. Thanks for fucking with me, man. You know what I mean? Thanks for fucking with us up there, man. We got big love and respect for you, bro.
I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
All
Anytime.
right, man. Have a
All right,
great day.
stay up.
You too, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Peace.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate everyone jumping on. That was my boy Pooh, Playing Lounge off of Melrose. Like he told you, if you need a haircut, hit him up. That's Pooh, the tightest. The shop is dope. You enjoy it if you ever in LA. Hit up Melrose, hit up the Players Lounge, check it out. You know, just come through, show some love, and they'll show some love back. This is the one and only Cuts by Garcia. This is not the last.